Feliz. Like that's a little bit too deep for me, G-Clef.
Well, game 3 we have it, and Feliz, I think I was questioning their global ability to macro have their rotation against BlossoM, who has been focusing on to teamfight a lot. Even with Falstad, they were getting out macroed by Feliz, and they're picking map again because they know it's working so far, and I think BlossoM may just have to pick the Haka or ban that out before it's taken away from Feliz this time.
Well, I mean, when talking about bans, we saw a very interesting game number 2 when what happens when the Shimada brothers are both left open. And that time, it was actually still Hanzo that came out on top, G-Clef. I'm starting to see a pattern here. You know, I'm new to casting HGC Korea, but I feel like
there's a pattern.
There is. It's manifesting itself. This might be a portent of things to come. I'm imagining, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to do a prediction here. It's going to be aggressive. I'm new, but I'm going to guess that potentially that's going to be a Hanzo ban.
We'll see in 45 seconds, or maybe in 5 seconds.
It doesn't,
nope, you're
okay.
wrong.
Wow. Oh my. Okay, all right. I'm just going to walk away. G-Clef gets the solo cast the rest of this.
Oh, yes.
It was good while it lasted. To be fair, I probably should have listened to you talking about how strong a potential that had to be banned.
Well, it's going to be the same one. Genji from BlossoM and Feliz from Greymane Hanzo. That was almost given this time. And after knowing that happened in game 2, I think it was going to be a similar case. Oh, last time it was Avatar instead of an Uberak. But Feliz, I think this time they're thinking about some more protection, maybe a solo protection, so that the Cocoon will be out of play here in game 3. By the way, Dragonshire, that's why they're thinking about mobility. Cassia, a soft counter against Greymane, has been copping out all the time. Just against Greymane, Cassia has never been picked when Greymane was not on the other side.
That's quite a statistic, just because
in Korea only, yes.
Right. Well, I mean, you want to, when you design or when you are a hero, you kind of want to be able to be heroic in multiple situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I am heroic, G-Clef, at making sandwiches, right? This is not that situation. Cassia is like really heroic at dealing with Greymane, but then all of a sudden, any other situation, like maybe I have to change my car tire, not heroic in that for Cassia, not heroic in many other situations. But here, time to shine.
Yes, I will follow that. And take that Cassia as a heroic pick. Of course, I do love that Amazon from Diablo Flu. I love Amazon, of course. More of a bow guy.
Oh, I just like it when they deliver my packages on time.
Okay. So there's that. Oh, the Akaben from Feliz.
What? That was my Tim Allen impression.
Yeah. Well, I think this time maybe they're thinking about their own Falstad because they have the later rotation right after. Let's see BlossoM thinking about a Rehgar ban here, as they already have Hanzo, so I don't think they were considering taking Rehgar. Still a very good support. Also helps with the camp pretty fast, and that burst healing is exactly what you need as a Greymane, as a protection tool when you want to escape after you do that burst damage.
So, the rarity of being able to have Genji on your team. There's no Avatar ban. So definitely a high potential to see. Am I correct in that analysis, G-Clef?
Oh, let's see. You said Avatar, so I don't think it's going to come out.
Every time I see something that's basically guaranteed, it doesn't happen. So, I didn't do zero research for this. I'm like really hoping that some of these trends that I see, coming out are eventually going to come to pass.
Yeah, we did see lots of Avatar bans in this map before, but today in this case, when as these two are playing, and they were thinking about Tastar Band, which has 0% win rate in Korea after playing it 7 times as a double support. Double support, I think, only won 1 game out of all the games
really
played.
Okay.
Yes, double support is not the way to go right now, especially against Jaina, having 0% because that burst will just break through all the shields, all the healing, even. Divine Shield may break into that. Of course, Divine Shield is invincible, so it does not break, but right after that...
Thank you for explaining to me that Divine Shield's invincible, G-Clef.
Yes, it is invincible. Just like Sanctification when you're on it. Only when you're on it. You have to be on it.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
I get it.
going. Ooh,
Wrong
okay,
game.
stealing that Garrosh once again away from Gondar. I think that was a solid
Ugh.
choice last game also.
I mean, we saw how good stealing Muradin worked out. Maybe stealing Garrosh will work out a little bit better.
Yeah, the question is now to Gondar. What is he going to play? Muradin again? Hopefully if he takes it once more, Avatar this time. Because it is a very similar pick compared to last game for Feliz. Even more CC with Malfurion this time. So when he tries to Dwarf Toss away, he will be getting caught, most likely.
Most likely. Okay, 20 seconds. Please make me look good. BlossoM has the hopes and dreams of my future casting career in their hands.
Choose to.
Well, I mean, I already made one, semi-prediction. If I had another choice, I probably would have said Rhaegar, but that's unfortunately banned. I feel like there's the potential. Oh, okay, maybe not. Wow, we're gonna see a very frosty Blaze.
Blaze for the top lane, providing some CC and sustain, which is a nice pair with Cassia actually, because pretty tanky in the front along with Tyrion's shield. I think they can just do just that. Also, Bunker may provide them lots of them an escape, especially for Cassia and Uther, because there are lots of CC available for Feliz. But this time they're not going to really focus on their global. Let's see if Feliz is the one. I know they're thinking about that falsity.
They do definitely have the luxury of the last pick. They know what they're going up against. I think game 2 they actually banned Tyrael, if I'm not mistaken. So to see that come through is maybe a little bit surprising. That definitely wouldn't have been, something that I would have expected. What's the last pick here?
You're looking for a solo lane, Hanatan's hero here, as Sonya was before, but this time Leoric just going to be having a solid one. Not really looking for any flashy plays.
Flashy plays from Leoric. Yeah.
It's still possible. I mean, if you land every single shot from that march.
Yeah, good marches are things of beauty to behold.
Well, it's never possible.
I would say they're pretty rare, yeah. Unless the other team is just forgets that your hero exists. But
well, still against Cassia, against Uther, I think it's an okay. Even against Blaze, you can trap all those three in an Entomb, and if you can pair that up with the CC, you do have the damage. I think Feliz is onto their point. I think they're coming into their own style here. This game actually, neither of the team focused on global at all. Of course, there was a Dehaka ban. Falstad was still open. Maybe they don't really feel comfortable on that Falstad yet. But let's see here as the last pick, Leoric. We're going into game 3.
That's right, game 3 here on the happy map of Dragonshire. Will BlossoM flourish, or will the happy gardener in Feliz prune them out in game number 2? That's about as far as the metaphor goes, G-Clef. Here we get into game number 3, rather.
Of course, the win rate does favor BlossoM big time. And this is not their favorite map. Spider Queen, I believe, was banned from Feliz because they know that is BlossoM's favorite map to go all the time. Since beginning of last year until this moment.
Well, if you have to have a second favorite map, BlossoM, I think this is just about the floweriest map in the pool, so home field advantage. All right, I'm glad that we don't just see the standard like, hey, let's put 5 champions in one, or 5 heroes in one lane for about as long as you can have them. No, already starting to split up. And what are Dudu and Nasang hoping for there? Just kind of hiding away from minions.
Well, they should have realized that this 3-man rotation was going to come down, but maybe hoping that, oh, never mind, hold on to it as Genji just 2 strikes away. I don't know. I think Liu was way too far away. If the Entangling Root actually rooted Genji there, could have been a kill. I think they had some damage. So why they were hiding in the bush, Dudu and Nasang, was your question. But right. they were looking for maybe like 1-2-man rotation down. Maybe try to look for a kill, or if they can't really fight, just soak in for EXP, so they don't lose any EXP at least. That's what they were trying to do.
Rotation up there for those ogres. Gonna take them out, no problem. The other side, even Eye on Feliz. They are going to rotate all the way up. A nice another toss back. Wiz. I'm actually really glad that they added a mobility skill to the Fire Bat.
Yeah, body blocks, actually body blocks in front, so he goes out to the side using his propulsion there. Nicely done by Wiz. That's if it's surrounded, he can't really escape that. It's really hard because you do the stun, but you stop yourself in a way. It's nicely done by Wiz.
Surrounded blazes are the saddest. But that one was pretty happy. He lives to blaze another day. Lives to pollute the environment. G-Clef, that's what blazes do.
Yep, all the fire, all the flames.
Blaze had an arch enemy. It would be Captain Planet.
Okay, I won't go that far, but still. Another toss, this time paired up with the CC, but the blinds is helping Wiz survive all this damage.
Oh my goodness.
Nicely done by Duke. They're actually pushing in with extra damage that are coming. Nice timing of the blind from Dudu there. Keeping his teammate alive and maximizing this push with Gondar's shield here. Please. They do not have on Hanzo, so it's going to take some time here. Actually, Genji diving onto Hanzo might be in trouble. The brothers.
They're both taking turns just jumping over walls. Like anything you can do, I can do. Well, maybe not better, but also.
I also have a younger brother. In a different way, though.
Do you jump over walls after him, G-Clef?
Yeah, I'm a ninja.
Haha! Okay. I'm only... The only thing about me that's a ninja is how fast I make my rating disappear.
Oh, that's a big ninja function. But... oh, I can't really follow that logic.
Yeah, you need to work on being as good a ninja as I am, G-Clef.
Yep, I am no Naruto.
Yeah, the only cyber agility I have is, you know, how fast I can run to the refrigerator for a glass of milk.
Well, I have confirmed myself as being a ninja. But moving on, Feliz hit 7 because they were not too many XP, but they defended that top one. It took a long time. At least BlossoM couldn't really get a kill onto Franco. That's the thing. Franco this time manages to survive. Black Ops CC can be a little bit of trouble for BlossoM this time. It's like game 1, but for they're having the opposite draft. They don't now. BlossoM does not have too much EC. Maybe with the Genji, I think Divine Shield is needed, but hold on to that thought.
Way too far forward, but able to just barely escape. Or will he? No, Gandar gonna go all the way back and still unable to take him out.
Blaze misses that stun. If maybe with that stun could have been a kill onto Aimer, but meanwhile Hanatan does get this Dragon Knight. They bought in just enough time for Aimer to get this, and also Franco was not even in the team fight. That's good news for Feliz. They are doing everything right in this game number 3. BlossoM really into the pressure. They feel rushed. I feel like they want to go for the kill. Unless they don't, they're gonna lose a lot because they were losing the Dragon Knight and the bottom camp.
Right. And you have to feel for BlossoM, right? They see a hero advantage up in the top lane. They're like, okay, we should fight here. And they try, but they lose way more off the back of that. And I didn't actually even realize that Franco wasn't there the whole time. Like, okay, wow. Yeah, it's kind of incredible to see Feliz, you know, not lose a fight. I mean, they almost lost a couple of heroes, and win so much in the macro game. And now they're not only going to have this camp advantage, but also Dragon Knight.
Yeah. Dragon Knight plus the 4, they're going to lead in XP and closer to level. That last cocktail does take down the structure. Closer to 10, that's the thing. Is he close to that 4? Yes, I think Hanatan will just get the last few hits and try to pressure into that, taking that 4th down. Level 10, they're so close to it. So at least they're going in. They know their timing. They want to take this advantage and snowball their lead here. See, we do see Entomb challenge. Pressure in a little more as BlossoM's still too far away from that.
Alright, well, Blaze quest completed right on time. Will be, I guess, a good way to maybe help them defend here because they will need a little bit of extra help. They've already got the Ogres about to take down or at least breach the wall in the bottom lane. Yeah, there's Blaze doing things Blaze does. Burninating the countryside. And then he had thatched roof cottages in his way. Putting
anything into the flame. Dragon Strike locked in without the silence from the Malfurion though. Does lock in Tranquility, so that's going to be a lot more sustain for the front line. And it'll be hard. I thought it was going to be harder for Genji to dive in if Twilight Dream was locked on. let's see if that sustain is enough. So I think after the nerf, it is totally enough. Oh, look at that OG actually keeping that alive, Ogre alive with the healing coming from Liu.
I thought that was maybe a misclick there, but I was like, no, he's
intended.
actually purposefully trying to keep it alive.
Just for a few more seconds.
Yep.
Just buy them some time. Meanwhile, Leoric has been soaking some extra. And we do see Bunker. Let's see how well Bunker is placed. I think that can be a big counter against the Leoric.
Game number 1 did not see the greatest bunkers. It was more like Blaze throws down a bunker and politely requests that the enemy team come try to fight around it. That was not what happened. So better bunkers, hopefully, in BlossoM's future.
Ooh, I'm excited for Feliz. They have a team. They do have Entomb. They have the taunt if it lands on multiple. Hopefully all of them paired up with Dragon Strike. Oh, we're looking into some crazy wombo combos here. We may have the highlight of the week here.
Here we go. I mean, Wiz is going to try to contest the bottom, but I don't know if he's necessarily going to be too successful at that one. I mean, OJ is actually pushed all the way back, but I don't think he's really going to let that position be taken. Wow. I don't know. What do you have to say at this point? We're only 8 minutes in, but it already seems like Feliz is really kind of hitting every mark that they're looking for.
BlossoM is trying to take somewhat of an advantage because they do have the positioning, but Feliz because they have the rotation in work already. And BlossoM is not even close to taking a single fort down. And there's the big taunt, and that's basically gone. And even Genji was pretty dangerous.
How much do you hate Hanzo that much?
Okay,
wow.
Genji does survive and gets that Divine Shield at the last moment. There's a bunker for the survival. Getting that armor for all the teammates. Hanzo gone, Feliz. They're lacking that damage from Pokes. Can they sustain with the Tranquility and more sustain from Liu? They are actually pushing in due to Harding back home there. Does not seem like the most safe decision, but he does Hearth home.
Dude, he knew it. It's like, I just need 2 bushes. That's all I need to get back to base.
What kind of player in the world presses B right next to the biggest team fight in the world?
Captain of Big Brain Gaming right there, man. Dudu, he definitely made the 200 IQ recall happen.
I don't know. If he died, I would have called out on that. But still, he made it.
Pro player.
He was saved, and he saved himself, of course.
Easy. All right. Aber maybe not going to be able to save himself here. He was a little bit too close for comfort. Jonathan and Frankel, maybe there for moral support after his untimely demise.
There's the Entomb and the taunt pair up, and the Dragon Strike doing 100 damage. But there's a toss onto Gondar. That may be a kill, but of trade for 2 though. Was that all worth it? At the end, the answer is no, as Grayman was missing from that team fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I was really hoping for a little bit more there out of the Hanzo heroic. That was a little anticlimactic there. Was it worth it? Yeah, definitely not.
It's especially not worth it because BlossoM has Tyrael. That shield will basically cancel all the damage, even if it lands on everyone around him. I think it's overall not the worst choice because they already have lots of CCs. Oftentimes when you lack in CC, you take that Dragon's Arrow, but to be frankly honest, Dragon's Arrow is always, most of the times and always better than Dragon Strike.
Most of the time.
Yeah,
well.
Provide 1 more CC and the damage here as Tutu's looking for his chance to go in. There's that AoE stun from Blaze, providing that bunker now onto the Dragon Blade. That Ice Block did do the job actually to take out that Genji. Genji was looking for the kill at the moment. Good toss from OJ, gonna turn this one around.
And you know, Dudu actually had a pretty nice flank there at the end, but once his allies started to evaporate, he found himself in the rough position. Got taken out. And actually, oh wow, Gondar went in there. OJ might be the one a little bit too far forward, but nope. Gondar, wow, surprisingly able to escape.
Well, that shield is pretty powerful,
yeah.
But that one single second, 0.5 second Ice Block from Liu actually turned that around big time. Genji was looking for the kill. I'm pretty sure he was looking for the resets and he was ready to press on the E. I'm pretty sure he even pressed it. But because that last bit of damage onto Malfurion was cancelled by that Ice Block, he couldn't get the reset. He had to go a step more in. And you know, if you know about cartoons, if you step in one step in more, if you're fighting as a ninja, you can kill yourself by that way. And that's exactly what I thought about that fight. Ninja stepping one more step, and then it cost your life.
Yeah, that feel when you think you got the reset. You're like, is my keyboard broken? Why doesn't the key... Oh, I didn't kill the guy. Ice block. Pretty good. And definitely turned that team fight around, and maybe many more to come. All right, second Dragon Knight of the game. First one, pretty mediocre. But we are about to witness a little bit more effective Dragon Knight number 2 as they break through the first wall. Looking for maybe keep number 1? Maybe? Wishful thinking here, I'm sure, for
No, the bottom one, bottom keep.
Oh, that's right,
now.
they already took that one. Okay, keep number 2.
Well, here we go, Aimer going in. The shield will
Oh my god.
keep Tutu alive, but that was the right time. He knew that lack of CC was in work for BlossoM.
I was getting a little bit worried that
He's
Feliz
a
were
great main.
overextending, but no, in fact, yes, he is very good gray main. I feel like we've seen all, the entire spectrum of gray mains this series. Many plays on all sides of that, but this one, very good. And actually, oh, maybe looking for more. They get the Merc camp. Now we're looking for an engagement. No, going back.
OJ's garage is not only a steal away from Gondar. In this case, he's actually initiating, putting that, pressing that taunt at the right time. And their teamwork today has been super impressive. And BlossoM's also having somewhat of a bad day, but that's because Feliz is actually topping their play all the time. Of course, they did drop game number 1, which was not really much of a surprise. But in this case, I think Feliz, they actually have the better draft here. Better draft and teamwork here with the rotation. They know exactly what to do to snowball their lead. BlossoM is just onto a run this entire game.
Maybe that's all it takes. You take one game off of Tempest, and you just snowball that into victories over every team underneath them. They definitely have the potential. I think we all kind of saw that last week, but this is certainly impressive, G-Clef.
So it could be their first ever series win. Here we go, going for the core. Feliz pushing in. Entomb does not really hit any target, but here comes that Dragon Knight, and Blaze is trying to do some damage. Also, Frankel's Dragon Strike whips it big time. Genji is super low, can't do any more damage. There's a taunt coming out from OJ. Still pretty safe with that armor. Tyrael blows up. Sanctification was cancelled right there.
Song gonna go down. No, just barely able to stay alive. It's all about Wiz. He's gonna be the first to fall.
That
now
just might be game. Modern is trying to do everything that's possible, but Frankel's 100% HP. That's gonna be game.
Yeah, kill one after another, and G-Clef, you know, I hate to say it, but the trend, I think, continues. You know, I grew up and I was the less favorite brother. Maybe you experienced that too. I feel like that's maybe how Genji feels right about now in the Shimada clan. It certainly feels like there is a favorite brother here today.
I was always treated fair. I love my parents.